So football, I don't know who you root for, honestly.
College football?
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, I like West Point.
West
I
Point to Army. Okay,
Army West Point. I grew up.
I have no clue how they did this week, but
I
I can
don't.
tell
I'm
you,
not a huge college football guy, so like
yeah,
I
that's
didn't.
fair.
This
Well,
past
and
weekend, I went to a Savannah Bananas game. Two of
there
them
you go.
actually. I
Nice.
worked them. It was sick.
Well, and you live in the Northeast, so like the best team up there is like Syracuse.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can tell you, as a Georgia fan living in South Carolina, exactly how Georgia did, exactly how Clemson did, and exactly how Carolina did, because I was watching all three of those games while trying to also perform a show on the stage. And it was fantastic. I hate Georgia Tech as a Georgia fan because I am obligated to hate Georgia Tech.
Right.
I was pulling for them like I had never pulled for them before when they were playing Clemson. Mainly because I don't have anything against Clemson, which is odd because Georgia and Clemson actually do have a rivalry. They're like 80 miles apart. But I mainly root for underdogs,
Right.
right? And Clemson was like 12th. Georgia was unranked, or Georgia Tech was unranked. And
Nope.
then with Carolina, they were playing Vanderbilt.
Right.
Carolina was 11th or something. So something. And Vanderbilt was unranked. So I was going for Vanderbilt. And then dude, Vanderbilt freaking wiped the floor with them. Uh,
Right.
Georgia Tech squeaked out a win, which heck yeah, go Jackets, I guess. But
Did
now that you're
the
not playing
Ohio State
Clemson,
play?
I don't know. I don't care. Didn't
Neither
really.
do I. I just I don't watch college
God,
football
I
enough
hate
to have
Ohio State.
strong opinions about most teams, but I despise Ohio State just because
Oh
the
my
people who go there are like,
God.
I go to the Ohio State. Shut up.
Shut up. Like
Shut up.
I'm sick of people going, like, yeah, did you watch the Ohio State game? They're like, you mean the Ohio State game? I'm like, no.
The Ohio State game. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, oh yeah, I got a buddy that went to Ohio State. You mean he went to the Ohio State? No, no, no.
Like they have it
He
in
went
their
to Ohio
Instagram.
State.
Like they have it in their Instagram bio. It says the in quotes the Ohio State. Like you're a nursing
Yeah.
major. Relax.
Yeah.
Nothing against
Chill
nursing
out.
majors, but like you're not going to play football. They do the whole thing. They're like, I've decided to take my nursing skills to the Ohio State University. Like, shut
High
up.
school signing day for
Yeah,
for nursing school
you're gonna spend thousands of dollars to travel just to use a stethoscope. Once again, nothing against nursing majors.
and be like $90,000 in student loan debt.
Yep, it's okay because they're
Jeez.
going to the Ohio State University and they have a fun football program sometimes.
All I know is go dogs. I don't even. Well, we play Alabama. We're off this weekend. Like I went there, but college football fans always do that.
Yeah,
Um, we play Alabama in 2 weeks at home. That'll be fun.
yeah,
Um, I'm hoping that Alabama doesn't do as Alabama does when they play Georgia. It's like Alabama under Kalen DeBoer is poverty program, but
right.
Alabama when playing Georgia is a national powerhouse, and it makes no sense. So
Right.
I'm hoping they don't like use us as toilet paper in 2 weeks, but we shall see. Hopefully, it'll be a good game at the very least.
That'd be cool. I'm going to Nebraska this weekend. Going to
There
see
you go.
Cornhuskers versus Michigan.
I
That
just
should be
got
sick.
college football 25. That's what's going on back here for all the YouTube viewers. And I did Road to Glory. Um, and because I like playing games casually and not because I'm good at them, I did like the easy route. And so I made my guy a 5-star
Wait, I'm
running
going to cut
back
you
out of
off
high
for
school.
1 second. And in about 45 seconds, when you start talking about the other part of the game, just remember that you said that you like playing the game casually. Now continue.
I mean, I like playing the game. I don't play the game for like a hard challenge, is what I mean
No,
by
no,
that.
I get it, but it'll
But
be funny in like a minute when you start talking about your bracket.
well, I'm not gonna talk about the bracket. Gotcha.
Okay,
But no, so I made my
you got
my
me.
guy a 5-star running back coming out of high school, and he signed to Nebraska to play. And then I
That's
hated
fire.
Nebraska's playbook and transferred to Georgia, and then I hated their playbook, so I stopped doing Road to Glory. Because
Sometimes you
well,
gotta just enter the job market. You got to commit to LinkedIn.
it it uses the correct playbook for the team,
which is
but
sick.
like, yes, however, it doesn't do like the correct calls because Georgia, I don't know if you know this.
It shouldn't be the right
Geor-
calls though.
Georgia is not known for running the option every other play. Why are we running the option every other play? Like Georgia's known for running the bubble screen every play, which makes me want to kill myself. What? But we're not running the bubble screen at all. Like it makes no sense, really.
You could probably do play calls as a quarterback,
Yeah, and I
but
can.
also
There's a button
maybe
where
it's
you can
telling you to
change.
just, get get in touch with a job recruiter and work in finance.
There's
Not every college football player makes it pro.
yeah. There's a button where you can change the play. If you have enough coach trust, you can change the play to be something else if you don't like
Hmm.
it, which I've used many times because why are
Yeah,
we running the option? But anyways, I digress. Let's get into NASCAR because that's what the podcast is really about. Uh,
sometimes.
everyone, all three series and ARCA, but no one cares about ARCA except for Cletus. All three
I
series
only
were
care if he's
at
racing there.
Bristol. He did race. He raced at
He
Bristol
did.
this weekend.
He had a funny moment where he was
He
talking
did. He was
about,
like the pace car looks real hittable right now,
yep, he
or
said
something like that.
his spotter was like, "Oh, I forgot," or the crew chief was like, "Oh, I forgot to put in the nitrous." And he's like, "The what?
You said
We're
you,
live. You can't talk
or
about
he's
that."
like, yeah, we're live. You can't talk about the nitrous on air. Come on, man. What are you doing?
Did I say
Ah,
nitrox?
no, I think you said nitrous. I think you said it
Did I?
correct. I think
Nitrox
so.
is a reference to Hot Wheels Acceleracers. Great movie. All four of them, fantastic. I will die on this hill that there
Are
some
we gonna go on your like half hour soapbox of why Hot Wheels
about how Speed
Racers?
Racer is the greatest racing movie of all time. Yes, I
Well,
will.
yes, but more Hot Wheels Acceleracers.
Well, if I have a soapbox to stand on, it's about why Speed Racer is the single greatest racing movie of all time.
It is, and I
It
hate that they
is.
didn't make a sequel because they
It
planned on
doesn't need
making a
a
sequel.
sequel. It doesn't need a
No,
sequel.
no, they were gonna make a sequel, but then the
Were
critics
they?
hated it. But the critics don't know what they're talking about.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Have
That
you ever
game
seen a
or
movie on Rock?
that movie, or it is a movie. The movie flopped, quote unquote,
Mhm.
flopped in theaters.
People are finally now coming around to how good of a movie it
And it's
was.
so infuriating because I have loved that movie since I was a little boy, and
It
it
is
has
deep.
always been S tier media.
It it's telling when career movie critics don't like a movie that I saw a YouTube video.
Oh God.
I'll send it to you. Fantastic. I'll link it in the bottom of the YouTube video, like this one, about
Put it in the
why it's
description below.
like, yeah, it's a metaphor for the movie industry.
Yeah.
So it was the Wachowskis who made it. They're the same people who made The Matrix.
Hmm.
So from this guy, he said that Speed Racer is a metaphor for people who make franchise movies rather than original content.
I think we might have seen the same video.
We probably did. It was phenomenal. I loved it.
I think I might have seen that same video like a few months ago.
Yeah, it was so good. Just but on its own merits, the movie itself, if you look at it from a racing perspective, phenomenal. My dog is barking in the
Sick.
background. Do you hear him?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Is it
Great
Zach?
microphone, I guess. Yep. Yeah, the mailman's outside, I guess.
Uh-oh. Not the
Uh-oh.
mailman. Send the
Should I bring
mug
him
out
in?
after him.
Just
Mug
bring
dog.
Zach in.
I
He'll sit on
can
my
hear him
lap.
actually.
He'll be like
Sure.
right here.
But like the Twitch streamer Astral Spiff that has his cat every now and then. Cat's named Loaf. I don't know if you know
That's
who
a good
Astral
name.
Spiff is. It is a good name.
Yeah.
But
But
all right.
NASCAR at Bristol.
NASCAR at
Um,
Bristol.
yeah.
Uh I was not able to watch any of the races. Um, but I know the cup race was chaos. Um, I want
Yeah.
to quickly get into the stats and get them out of the way. Um, AJ Allmendinger got his fifth career pole. That's cool. That's about it as far as like numbers that look nice. I'm
Yeah.
checking for other numbers that I haven't checked before. Um, let's see. This race is what, September 13th?
I mean, first things first, we could talk about the playoffs. That was an elimination race.
Yeah, it was.
Christopher Bell,
And
who's I think already locked in on points, locked himself into the round. of 12. Um,
Yeah.
let's a quick throwback to our first episode where we talked about SVG a
SVG for
lot on this
40
podcast,
minutes.
but that was a big topic of discussion about his playoff points and if he could withstand lose a lot of points just to get back into the round of 12 to get to
Hmm.
the Roval. Didn't do that. He was below the cut line of race and a half in. Um,
Yeah, I love
so
the captions on the TikTok. We have a TikTok now, by the way, but I love the caption on the
yeah,
TikTok. That's like he lost them all in the first race. And if
yep.
he ran into the round of 12, he didn't.
Oh yeah, I was adding because we put the clips in a little late, so
It's okay.
um, that's okay. Whatever. But he didn't,
Fine. I'm not upset about it or anything. I'm just kidding. I'm not
and
upset.
I think like we were talking about before, we like to root for an underdog.
Right.
I don't know if he was the guy to root for though. I will say, um, are you surprised by any of the eliminations in the first round? It was Austin Dillon, SVG, Alex Bowman, Josh Berry.
I'm a little surprised with um let's see, who did I have? I know I had Cindric eliminated on my bracket. So I'm trying to remember who I had um in.
I could take a look.
I'm
I will
looking
say
now.
I'm
I had
surprised
Bowman.
Logano.
Or no.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
I had Bowman in. So I Bowman kind of surprises me. He had a lot of bad luck, to be honest. Like he could have, would have, should have easily transferred to the next round, but he had terrible luck.
You know
It
what?
was
I had Briscoe going out instead of um Bowman, I believe.
really,
Yeah, I had Dylan, Berry, Chastain. No, Dylan, Berry, Briscoe, and SVG. I thought Bowman was going to make it, and he didn't, which is
yeah,
sad.
both of us did.
Yeah,
We both had the same guy.
but Briscoe ended up winning.
Yeah, we had different guys in, with the same guy out.
Yeah,
Because I mean, I don't know if the pick, oh, the position of the pick does, no, it doesn't matter. Um, I had Briscoe like sixth on mine. I just kind of went down the list
mhm.
and was like, yeah, Briscoe. But yeah, no, I'm a little disappointed in Austin Dillon or not Austin Dillon. Well, I mean, I am, but
Bowman,
that's that's just because he's Austin Dillon.
right?
I'm a little disappointed in Bowman's performance. Geez, if I can get my guys' names right.
Mhm.
Um, but
I
again, it was just terrible luck. Nothing he could really do about it.
I was sad that Josh Berry DNF'd all three races.
Yeah, yeah,
That was terrible. That the lights were
he
just so
last.
bright. He
Um,
didn't even give himself a fighting chance.
right.
Which was sad to see. I like Josh Berry. Like I said, I love the Wood brothers. I love
Yeah.
everything about them, no matter who the driver is, and I'll root for him. Um,
Um, quickly
so
back
to
into the
see him
stats
go
just
out
to
that
remember
way, I
with.
thought he could have been slightly competitive and fighting for a spot. I don't think I. It was definitely a lot of hope that he would
Well,
get
and we
in.
both had him out of our bracket, so I think we both
Right,
knew that he was not gonna
but
make
I
it.
didn't
But
expect him to just to DNF.
yeah, that's probably the worst way that you can not advance is by finishing P last in all three races of a round.
Yeah,
Watch now he's gonna go out and like win the Roval, and we're gonna have spent 30, 40 minutes talking about SVG, like almost a guarantee winning the Roval,
right.
and freaking last place Barry's gonna do it.
That would be funny. I would not be upset if he won though.
To
Two
finish off
Wood
the
brothers
stats
winning the
that I've
season.
got, Eric Almirola got his ninth win of the season, so he's one away from a nice round number of 10. Or I mean ninth win of the his career in the Xfinity series. Lane Riggs got his fifth career win, as well as the number 34's fifth career win in the
Wow,
Truck Series.
there you go.
Yeah. Also, I want to go on a quick, very unrelated rant for a second
Sure.
about the differences between and NASCAR NASCAR and Racing Reference because Racing Reference has the truck race listed as the 2025 UNOH 200, right? NASCAR's YouTube channel has the race listed as the 2025 UNOH 200. Uh, like a couple other places have it as the UNOH 200, but on NASCAR.com they have it as the UNOH 250, right? For the race recap. And then if you go to the schedule for the truck series, it's listed. Hang on, wait for it, wait for it. Keep waiting. I'm gonna get there eventually, I promise. As the UNOH 350 presented by Ohio Logistics.
I may
Why
have
does it
cut
have
that
three different
offline.
names? And why can we not figure out how long this race is supposed to be? Because on
How long
Racing
was it?
Reference, it was 250 laps. And I went
Well,
back and
figured it
watched
out.
the YouTube video of the full race, but I just watched like the first 10 seconds, and Jamie Little's like, "Welcome 250 laps at the last Great Coliseum." And I was like, "So then why is it called the 200?" On the Racing Reference, it says UNOH 200, and then it has a little asterisk and says, um, race uh, was extended to 250 laps due to nothing. Space period. Like due to space period, right? That's it. It's like surely it didn't go 50 laps in overtime. It didn't. It didn't go to overtime at all. It was scheduled 250 laps, but apparently people don't know how to send or receive memos, and it's mildly infuriating when I'm trying to put stats in. Rant over.
I mean, I would just go based solely on how long the race was, and
Well, and the other thing is the name, right? Is
and
it
then I
the
would go
20,
based
is it the
on
UNOH
NASCAR,
200? Is it the
the
UNOH 200?
broadcast.
Is the UNOH 250? Is it the UNOH 250 presented by Ohio Logistics? I went with
What they have on the
250
broadcast.
presented by Ohio Logistics because that is what's listed on the schedule section of NASCAR.com.
I
Because
would
on the
use the
broadcast, it
broadcast because
just
that's
says
where the money is
UNOH
going.
200. Well, but Ohio Logistics paid for the secondary sponsorship of the race, which is why it says
Right.
presented by Ohio Logistics.
Right.
So I used
But it
that
wasn't on the
because on the broad,
broadcast.
correct.
It's interesting.
Like the Xfinity race at Gateway
Mhm.
we talked about before recording is the New Way 200 on the broadcast,
Right.
but the full name of it was the New Way 200 presented by Blues Hog. Not sure if that's like, well, there's no apostrophe, so it's not like Blue from Blues Clues, her hog, because she definitely has a hog.
Blue is a woman.
Blue is, and I didn't know that
What?
until like a year and a half ago.
I didn't realize that until now.
Blue the dog is a girl. Breaking news, everyone. That's the title of
What?
the episode. Blue is a girl.
Gender reveal. You heard it here first.
Blues Clues gender reveal. There it is.
What are you going to tell me now that Thomas the Train is non-binary?
I mean, technically, he didn't have. I don't think. Do trains have reproductive organs?
They have pronouns, and
You
they call him he.
know what? Fair enough. I can't argue with that one. Oh God.
I
Um.
just watched like classic Thomas the Train for the. I'm not gonna say for the first time in a while, but technically, yeah. Because when I say it like that, it's like, oh, I saw it after to go watch it. I was babysitting my little cousins.
Nice.
I miss how fun of a show it was.
Right.
Because like the new one, there's a bunch of different voice actors and it's animated and it's gross, and the other
Oh,
one is
it's
just
awful.
straight George
It's
Carlin.
god
But for
awful.
everyone, like there's like, oh, here's this lady train, and it's like, I need to go to the station, and it was so funny. Like he just voiced every character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
miss
yeah,
I miss old Thomas.
straight from the go, Thomas.
Playoff picture.
Oh yeah, back
Um.
to that.
Yeah. Back in NASCAR again.
If we
Um.
must. This is my podcast, damn it. I'm going to talk about Thomas the Train.
Currently below the cut line after Bristol is Cindric, Logano, Chastain, Reddick.
Yes.
Only by three. Chastain or Reddick's only down by three to the
See,
cut
I was
line.
going to point this out from like Bell on down. Well, I guess if you say Bell on down, you could talk about anyone. Like Denny Hamlin's only plus 26 and he's in first right now.
Right.
And Reddick in last is minus 3. It is so wide open.
first to fifth is less like is less of a gap than fifth to sixth, and then fifth to sixth is
Yeah,
13 points.
yeah.
Is also less of a gap than fifth to sixth.
Eighth to 12th is the same gap of third to fourth.
Right.
Um,
Like it looks a lot less close than it actually is.
this is going to, well, no, I'd say it is very close. Because, I mean, look at like one DNF from Hamlin,
Yeah,
Byron, or
realistically,
Larson,
Hamlin
they're
could
below the
be
cut line.
eliminated. Yeah,
Yeah. And he could, he might, if there's
yeah.
one thing Hamlin hates,
It's
it's
the playoffs.
the playoffs and performing.
Like if Hamlin DNFs
Yeah,
in one of these races and Reddick, Logano, and Chastain win all three of the races, and then Denny Hamlin has like mediocre finishes,
right.
he's no longer a playoff driver.
Yeah,
Same
I don't
obviously
know.
goes for everyone below him, which is the rest of the playoff field.
Give me two drivers from above the cut line that you could see getting eliminated and two below the cut line that you could see making it in.
Two below Logano and Reddick, easy.
Yeah,
Um, it's the playoffs, and Joey
yeah,
Logano is a driver in the NASCAR Cup Series.
yeah. And
Um,
it is an odd year though.
it is an odd year, but
But
there's still time to not be. There's still time to get eliminated.
right. And I bet
He
you
has
I know
an,
who you say for the front.
he has
I
another round. I mean, realistically, Elliott and Bubba.
was gonna say Briscoe and Elliott. Or no,
I think
Briscoe and Bubba.
I think Briscoe is starting to get the swing of things in the 19 car. Granted, he just won like two races in a row or something. He's won like three this year.
I could tell you.
Um, but
He
like
won a few.
what's the playoff schedule this year? Or I mean this round. I
Um,
know it's something Roval something because we talked for 40 minutes about SVG winning the Roval.
yes.
New Hampshire, Kansas, Roval. So like I know
Yeah.
it's technically not odd shaped,
Hmm.
but I think Briscoe can win New Hampshire. Briscoe has a knack
Or
for
run
winning.
well.
Right. Briscoe has a knack for winning oddly shaped ovals like
Right.
Darlington, Gateway, um, somewhere else. Um, oh, he won Darlington twice. He won somewhere else, I thought. Anyways, oh, in Phoenix.
Hmm.
So I know New Hampshire is a regular shaped oval, but it has like 3 degrees of banking.
Hmm.
So that's different than the rest of the ovals on the schedule.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But also,
Uh-oh.
like Briscoe could be running well, but if you look at his competition, it's Bell, um, Blaney, Hamlin, all people who could run well anywhere.
Yeah, I think top five are a pretty safe bet to continue into the next round. Hamlin, Byron, Larson, Bell, Blaney.
I almost want to say that one of them will get eliminated. I mean, I
They
feel like, yeah,
do,
the top five are
it'll
pretty
like
safe.
honestly, if one of the top five does, it'll be someone that's run good all season. It'll be like if I had to pick someone from the top five that I feel like could realistically get eliminated, it'd be Byron because he's done well and
I almost want to
it's
say Larson.
it it's just one of those things. Yeah,
So,
I could like Larson would be my two pick, I guess. But like it's like one of those things with the playoffs where you do so well in the season, like
mhm,
Kevin Harvick in 2020. And it's
yeah,
like you are dominating. And then you have a bad race, a bad couple races in a round,
yeah,
and next thing you know, you're no longer fighting for a championship,
yeah.
even
See,
though you have 11 wins on the season.
I that reminds me. So last season, when the season was over and Logano won the championship, I was on a road trip. I was driving upstate, and I was listening to Larry Mack and Daniel Trotta on NASCAR radio.
Right.
They were taking calls. Like the whole show was just taking calls, and their question was, which of the three championship drivers, Logano, Allgaier, and was it Ty Majeski?
Yes.
which one surprised you the most? And I don't think they necessarily fully understood the point I was making because I called in. I've always wanted to. I love Larry Mack. And then I became a fan of Danielle Trotta through listening to her on NASCAR radio.
Right.
Actually, I don't think Larry Mack was there. I think someone was filling in for him. But my point was the in my answer was in the moment, if you look at all three races and the endings of the three races, Allgaier was the most surprising because he went from eighth to first or eighth to
Hmm.
second on an overtime restart. So that was shocking. But then I also said that in a funny way, Logano was the most surprising yet the least surprising
Hmm.
because last year there was such immense criticism off of of the playoff system. So my point was, oh, with all of this talk about the playoff system not necessarily rewarding the best driver, of course Logano, who was eliminated for like 3 hours, won the championship. You
Right.
know, like of course he wins the championship when there's so much criticism.
Right.
So it's not surprising, you know? And do you understand the point I'm making?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
like it's like, oh, of course. Of course the one guy who was eliminated wins.
Like,
And then they were like, yeah, I mean, he had a tough fight and but you can never count out Logano in the playoffs. And I said, yeah, but that wasn't my point. My point wasn't that Logano is one of the best drivers in the series, and he is. It's the fact that there was more criticism last year over the playoffs than any other year I've ever seen.
mhm.
So obviously, some guy who was 15th in the round of 12
he had
won,
the he was, I think,
or
in regular
13th, I guess.
season points, he was, I think, 17.
Yeah,
He has the worst average finish by a large margin of any championship winning driver
yeah. And
in one
I
year.
I appreciate the good of the playoff system. I will.
Right.
It's an unpopular opinion probably because I would consider myself like a purist of racing. Like I don't I could watch the Coke 600 and have, whoever it was lead 386 out of 400 laps. But and I could also see two cars battling but never touching and never necessarily getting like bumper to bumper side by side because I know that it's entertaining for me either way because I know what they're doing inside of the car and I understand what's going on. But with that being said, the playoff picture or the playoff system does bring a lot of good, which is every race mattering, no matter how good people are.
Right.
The championship race is always exciting. It sucks if, you you were a Larson fan and he won 10 races and he didn't make the championship four.
Yeah.
I understand that. I know you're a Larson guy, so that probably sucked.
Yeah.
Um, but there is good that comes from it, but there is a lot of bad, like someone being mathematically eliminated and then winning the championship.
My thing with the playoffs is that it is, and I will always argue, it is like the worst way in motorsports to determine a champion.
Yeah,
Just because, like, it's not like other sports. It's not football, basketball, baseball, where it's one team playing one other team. You have
exactly.
all 40 guys on track every race all year.
There's
Like,
one winner per weekend,
when they first
not
introduced the playoff
16.
system in 2014, I remember, I think it was Larry Mack said something on the broadcast of one race. He was like, well, when drivers are eliminated from the playoffs, they don't just pack it up and go home for the rest of the year. Like, they still show up the next weekend. So, when we get down to Blaney, Byron, Logano, and whoever the fourth was racing for championship in Phoenix, those are not the only four guys on track. It'd be one thing if that were the case, but and even still, in other sports, the season and the standings of the season are determined by one team playing one other team, right?
Hmm.
If the Chargers beat the Dolphins, the Chargers in week one, the Chargers have a win percentage of one and the Dolphins have a win percentage of zero. If the Dolphins go and win the next game, they have a win percentage of zero point 0.5. And if the Chargers lose the next game, they have a win percentage of zero point 0.5. So mathematically, they are on the same plane
Right.
in standings.
Hmm.
You don't have that with NASCAR,
Yeah.
right? But I do understand and I do appreciate that the playoff system has brought arguably a better racing product, especially in the cutoff races to the sport. Prime example, Charlotte Roval 2018, Larson driving a
Yeah.
piece of junk, hitting the wall for 1 point to make the
Hmm.
playoffs. And it was like, for what I was about to say just now, Chastain Martinsville 2022.
Exactly. One of the greatest, the most viral NASCAR moments ever.
I think
The
across all
most.
social media, like all the videos of Chastain got like 6 million views.
Yeah. Crazy.
It reached so many people, and people were like, "Oh my God, like this is NASCAR," you know. And so it's a good thing if you like exciting racing. It is a not great thing if you're paying attention to the standings
Hmm.
and want a fair champion. You
Right.
know, it's
But
it's difficult to decide what works best for motorsports in terms of determining a championship,
yeah,
especially when you boil it down to like points formats.
yeah.
Um,
I
because you've
will
got like
say,
F1 only awards points to the top 10 and it's
no,
on
just
like a
I,
curve.
which is stupid in my.
NASCAR is NASCAR is every driver gets a point and it's a straight line down. It's very linear and then you get extra points for this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, what do you do? Like
For as much.
my point system that I've come up with, if I were to be in charge of any motorsport, which it's a curve. It's a huge curve because I here's another where the like the autism comes in. I've accounted for it. So the biggest race in terms of field size was it had 82 cars. So I made my point system account for all 82 drivers. So the guy that finishes 82nd place gets 1 point. The guy that finishes first gets like 250 because of the curve that it's on.
Mhm.
So it rewards you more points the higher up you finish, obviously, but it rewards you like if you
How
finish
many cars you beat?
right. If you
Right.
finish 11th, you may get 180 points. If you finish 10th, you may get 190 points. Whereas if you finish 12th, you may get 175 points. Like it might be a
Right.
5 point difference between 11th and 12th, but it's a 10 point difference between 11th and 10th.
Right. I, for as much good of like the racing product that the playoff brings, it does bring a lot of bad. Like Austin Dillon at Richmond. Gross. Um, and I think we have like slightly differing opinions on that, but it,
Would have been a great thing for the racing product had he not dumped number one, dumped Denny Hamlin with the right hook, which
right.
should have
Yeah,
been
that was terrible. The
number
move on
two.
Logano, I
It's
could
yeah, moving
excuse.
Logano. My thing with moving Logano is if he was like a car length closer,
Yeah.
fair game, great
So
move. You did what you had to do, but he was so far back. It's
see,
like Jesus
my
Christ.
the I we might have talked about this on a previous episode when we talked about the Austin Dillon move, but like when I've raced like games with my friends and or leagues and stuff like that, the way I've determined if a bump and run is not a bump and run is not a clean move, obviously.
Right.
Um, but there are fair and unfair bump and runs. And
Correct.
the way I've always mentally policed it to be like, I that's a fair move or not a fair move. It's when if you use the other guy to brake and you don't make the corner even after contact. And Austin
Right.
Dillon did not. He slid up 4 lanes. If
Which is
Austin
why he
Dillon,
right hooked Denny Hamlin.
exactly, he compromised the corner to plow into Logano.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's a fair way of policing it. If the person already makes the corner, because they're close enough to bump him. Like,
without overdriving the corner.
look at Hamlin and Elliott in
It was
2016. 20,
17,
that was 17, 18 or
17,
16, somewhere around
17.
there. Look, Hamlin didn't make the corner.
He did not.
He slid up because he used the other guy's brakes.
Look at
And
Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed, Martinsville, I think last year.
that was a whole mess in and of itself
That
anyway.
was. Well, and that
Like,
had like 3 laps of build up. But if you just boil it down to that one corner, uh, neither car made I can't remember which one did the bump and run on which, but neither corner made or neither car made the corner,
right.
and which is why Allgaier won the race because he slid
Yep.
in
Yeah.
in the wide open lane on the bottom.
Yep. He put himself in the right position. But also,
Correct.
that finish in general, those cars were like, it looked like a super speedway. Like,
Yeah.
all the cars were side by side and going in and out of the corners. And that was it could have been such a great finish.
hmm
Unfortunately, Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed did what they do best. I remember that. That was such like a tense time because they talked about Sheldon Creed and like whatever he didn't follow team orders or whatever. And he was like bad mouthing his current team. And I
And
was
then
like, damn,
Austin Hill went and leaked that Creed was going to JGR the next year or Haas.
yeah,
No, it was JGR. So this was 2 years ago.
yeah,
Because Creed is at Haas now. But because Austin Hill was in his post-race interview, he was like, "Can't wait for him to be at Gibbs next year, so I don't have to deal with him."
yeah.
And a lot of people were like,
What?
"Wow, what a like piece of crap move!" Because
What?
like
Right?
they're supposed to announce that at a predetermined date, and now you've just gone and released their
Yeah.
info ahead of time without their consent.
It's like when Bell did it to Briscoe.
Yeah, but that was accidental. That
But
was
that was so funny.
and that was Briscoe. At least that was Briscoe coming to Bell's team. This is like with Hill and Creed, it was like malicious. I mean, he literally
Oh
said,
yeah.
"I can't wait for him to go to Gibbs, so I don't have to deal with him."
Yep. Which is so
Bell was
funny.
just Bell was just like, "I'm so excited for when Chase comes over." I mean, oops.
And then the first person they asked about it was Chase Elliott. They're like, "Hey, there's
Yeah,
speculation that you're going to the 19 car."
he was like, I haven't heard anything about him."
Or someone said, "Well, there's two Chases."
Yeah,
But if there's one seat in NASCAR that is so safe, it's Chase Elliott in the nine.
right.
Performance aside, it's
I
the
would
safest seat
argue
in NASCAR.
Larson in the five too. I feel like Larson is only gonna not be in the five when he decides that he's done with NASCAR.
Well,
Because
that's
he
also not.
said,
I don't mean safe like he's not going to lose his job. I mean like I could see Elliott finishing his career in the nine on his own accord. Larson might move somewhere, but also I can't
well,
imagine he
that's kind
does.
of the same vein that I was going a little bit. I think we were same equation, different results. I think Larson will stay in the five until he leaves, and I don't think he will like retire. I think he'll just be like, okay, I'm done with NASCAR now. Let's go to like Stadium Super Trucks or WRC or
Yeah.
he's the kind of driver. I think he's even said it a few times where he's like, I don't want to do this long term. Like I just kind of want to do it for a little bit, and then when I get bored of it, I'm gonna move on to the next thing. Because he said that he's got like a bucket list of like motorsports that he wants to do and just stuff he wants to do,
hmm
which is why he's out every week racing a quarter midget, a late model, freaking like lawnmower if he can,
Yeah.
And it's why he's done the
Lawnmower
double
racing
two
would be
years
a
in a
lot of
row.
fun.
That would be. Could you imagine the HendrickCars.com blue lawnmower going around like, here comes Larson in the Cub Cadet.
That would
That I wouldn't put it past him. I'll be honest with you.
hmm,
I feel like if Larson came upon a group of dudes at like a Talladega tailgate that had a lawnmower race set up,
oh
he would
yeah.
absolutely join it.
Dude, every driver in the field would. Every driver would be lining up.
Yeah, but I feel like Larson would go looking for it.
Oh yeah. That sounds like something RFK would post an Instagram post about. Like
Yeah.
they would be taking the golf cart.
You remember the old NASCAR commercial with like Clint Boyer and Matt Kenseth and I think Logano in like a nursing home racing their
Yep.
scooter? That's what yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
That's
Larson.
yeah. That's like from Days of Thunder when they're racing the wheelchairs.
Yeah. I think you're
It's
thinking
so
of
dumb.
is it Ace of Thunder or is that Talladega Nights?
No, Days of Thunder.
Is it? Because I know
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby was in a wheelchair in Talladega Nights.
He was also on fire.
He was. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll feed into that delusion.
You didn't see it? He was clearly
Tom
on
Cruise,
fire.
Tom Cruise and Oprah Winfrey were being called,
Yeah,
so it must have been
that's a
reported.
serious emergency. He was on
It
fire.
is. I
I'm
mean,
sorry you didn't see it that way.
things are bad when people are calling for Tom Cruise and Oprah Winfrey.
Hmm.
Oh,
But yeah,
geez.
that was Days of Thunder. That was Tom Cruise.
Let's. I want to pivot here.
Okay.
Let's talk about 'cause I don't remember. I want to go through our picks from
Oh yeah.
last
I'll read
week.
them. You tell me how we did.
Gotcha. Give me 2 seconds to pull it up because I should have done that before, but I'm a bad podcast co-host. All right. So
That's fine. Well, welcome to the Bump and Runners prediction show where points don't matter and everything's made up.
correct. Who we got first
Is that how
for
that goes?
winner? Yeah,
Um,
it is now.
oh my goodness. Your winner pick was Kyle Larson. Mine was Christopher Bell.
Hang on a minute.
Ring the bell, the first ever, no pun intended. Ring the bell, first ever correct pick on the show.
It
Hell
sure
yeah.
wasn't mine because you want to know where my winner pick finished?
Tell me. 27.
32nd.
No points. I think that should be 5 points right there.
Point
Um,
for Christopher Bell. Well, we're
good
doing points and
weekend.
half points.
Good,
Good weekend. Go
dude.
go through yours
Honestly,
first. Go like one person at a time.
if your winner pick finishes below 30th, that's like minus two. My good weekend was Tyler Reddick.
Tyler Reddick. 15th.
Nah, no points. Your good
I didn't
weekend
even
was
realize
Justin Haley.
he 13.
I'll give you a point. You know, I'll give you 2 points. It's Justin
His,
Haley.
his teammate Hocevar finished 7th. Granted, it's Hocevar, and Hocevar is like everyone's wondering when he's gonna win.
My bad weekend was Ross Chastain.
P19.
That's
I
pretty
feel
bad.
like that was a mid weekend for Chastain. Like I feel like that's just kind of where he's been all season. To be fair, to be so real with you, I think a bad weekend would be less than 25th for him.
Yeah,
Trackhouse has been
bad weekend, Joey Logano for you.
no points.
No points.
P5.
That's getting into negative territory. Like if you had Bell bad weekend, dude, be -7. X. A dark horse pick for you. You had Ty Gibbs.
I had Jibs. P10.
Um, give he's
Give me
been
a
running.
point for that.
I'll give you one and a one, maybe 1.25.
How many points are we doing this episode?
Maybe 1.25.
All right, sure.
My dark horse pick was Austin Dillon.
Austin Dillon.
Wait, I said Dillon. Who finished higher, Ty Dillon or Austin Dillon?
Ty Dillon by one position. Ty Dillon finished 27th. Austin Dillon finished 28th.
Neither one. No points. So I finished this weekend with 5 points. You finished this weekend with 3.25. Nope, -2, so 1.25.
What? How many? I don't even know the points format anymore. I've lost the plot.
How did I introduce this?
No, I know. All right. Oh
This is how we
God.
do the points.
Uh,
Look at that.
since I did fantasy this week, I know I did fantasy this week. I
Here's
want
my
to look
5 points
at
for correct,
the fantasy
getting the winner
results
correct.
for me and you.
This is my fantasy lineup. Great note taking, by the way. You like this?
Hang on, I can't see it.
This is my fantasy lineup.
Okay.
Oh my God, I did some good
I
fantasy.
uh, mine's
Let me
what you
pull it up. Let me pull up my fantasy.
league. Boy, howdy, I'm doing terrible in the league because I haven't
Ooh.
done it at all.
I actually have yet to check my standings because I beat Sam by a decent amount this time.
What's happening? Stop. Bristol. Well, you won. I got third.
I had
All right.
160 points.
Yeah, I had 126.
That's
I
not
wish I
bad.
could see our picks.
I've closed the gap from 200 points to what is that? That's
Oh, here we go.
23,
I'm a little silly goose. So
points.
I got no points for Chase Elliott. I got 1 point for Chase Elliott. I got five for Larson. Ty Gibbs did me good. Hosowar did me good. Briscoe did me pretty good. Um, wow. I got one of my matchup picks correct. SVG finished higher than Cindric. Got that wrong.
Me
Bowman
too.
finished higher than Chastain. Got that wrong. Logano finished higher than Elliott. Got that wrong.
I
And
picked
Austin
Logano right.
Dillon finished higher than Josh Berry. Got
I
that
got that one right. My lineup was pretty good. I had Allmendinger. Just kidding. He got 6 points. Blaney got me 52 points. Byron got me 33. Bubba got me 13. And Hosfar got me 36. Reddick in my
wrong.
garage, which I never put him in, got 22 from me.
Yeah,
Allmendinger was having a great weekend, though. So I
Larson
kept
got
him
me
in.
five. Briscoe got me 28. Elliott got me one. Mike Gibbs got me 46. Hocevar got me 36. And then Hamlin I had in my garage. He got seven, but I never switched him in because I was in the middle of doing a show on a stage.
It happens.
It does.
Sometimes you gotta.
Where are we at? New Hampshire? All right, let me. I should do this, man. Let's go. Uh, winner, good, bad, dark horse. New Hampshire.
Picks for New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Um, hmm, I gotta take a look.
Let's see. Betting odds are out.
Yeah,
Are they? Actually, they might be. Yeah, they are. Not on NASCAR.com, but they are on a few other places.
they're on the
What?
NASCAR app.
Oh, because he's only raced there one time. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So, uh, Bell is plus 325 to win. He got best odds. I think, what is that, like 3 weeks in a row now? Hamlin
Yeah,
plus 375, Briscoe plus 475.
I've seen
So,
Briscoe plus 700.
we might be looking at different websites then. This
I'm
is
looking
not
at
the
the
NASCAR
NASCAR app.
results. Right, they have odds up.
Yeah, I can straight up go to like FanDuel and see what they have.
Oh, they did. Well, mine says, wait a minute, this might be. I don't know how to I don't know how to record a podcast, apparently.
I love every
Uh,
time I open FanDuel. Hold on.
oh,
I
here we
love
go.
every time I open FanDuel, it says gambling could result in serious addiction, and then I just have to click login. Like, yeah,
Um,
I know.
they have the entry list, which has the odds, but it's not organized. It's organized in numerical order, which I don't like
The
because I
mobile
want to
one,
see the
three
odd
and one.
order. So who has the best odds? Looks like three people are tied with plus 650. Hamlin, Blaney, Larson. Oh, nope, nope. Just kidding. Bella's plus 330 to win. Bella's the favorite by a good margin.
I'm seeing Bell 310, Larson 650, Blaney
Also,
650, and Hamlin
uh,
650.
Jimmy Johnson's birthday is today,
Oh my God, happy birthday.
9/17. Happy birthday, Jimmy Johnson.
Happy birthday, Jimmy Johnson.
Our goat. Arguably the best driver in NASCAR history, but don't argue with me because I will not listen to it. Sorry. Where in the world can I find betting odds in order? Because I mean, good Lord. I noticed while I'm trying to figure out where stuff is, we had another couple fires um in the back of the front wheel well due to rubber buildup, which was a big problem when the next gen first came out. And then um they did a bunch of stuff to it and quote unquote fixed it, but apparently now it's back. So that's
Oh,
interesting. Or at least it was out or it was back Saturday, the race. So I don't know, it's definitely a problem. I mean, Barry had issues with it. Who else was on fire?
do
That
not remember.
someone was on fire. I want to say it was like Suarez or somebody. Um, but anyways, there were at least two fires in the race because of rubber building up in the wheel well and hot brakes,
Yeah.
yada yada yada.
Hmm.
Rubber is flammable, at least a little bit,
Right.
because it caught fire. And it
Right.
wouldn't do that if it wasn't flammable. But
That is
um,
usually how flammable things work.
yeah, yeah, typically. Now, um, geez, what in the world is going on? I don't know how to work the NASCAR website, apparently. Let me just go back to the entry list. Gosh. All right. Um, do you want to do your picks for Bristol? Actually, there was something I sent you
Let
on
me
Instagram
open
um
up the good old
days
notebook
ago
again.
that I thought about today while I was at work. Oh, yes. Colic truck. Colic truck news. Colic's first truck is Spire Truck Chassis 64. This is according to NASCAR Rumor Nostalgia on Instagram, as per usual. Uh, some of the names they've heard tossed around that could drive the Colic trucks next year include Daniel Dye, which I have heard a lot, but mostly just speculation. I could absolutely see it being the case. I would not at all be surprised if Daniel Dye was a driver for Colleague. He's a good driver. He needs a good team like
The
Colleague
best
to
driver.
go to. Good old Butterbean,
Hell yeah.
that'd be dope. Um, my love, my wife, but she doesn't know it yet. Tony Breidinger.
You
Um,
and most 60 plus year old NASCAR
hey,
fans.
but you know what they have, or you know what I have that they don't?
The lack of a
Youthfulness.
401k.
I have an IRA. Okay, basically the same thing.
Retirement fund.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
A lack of retirement fund.
Um,
But it makes
and
sense for you.
Cletus. Cletus is the
Doesn't
other name that has been thrown around that could potentially drive the collie truck or one of the collie trucks.
love Cletus.
That'd be dope.
That would be sick. I
Old
think we just put him
Cletus
in a cup
Mac.
car at this point.
I've seen enough. Put him in top.
Like Bowman, he's got eliminated from the playoffs. Might as well just.
Shoot him in there. I hear. Oh, never mind. We all know that Zillis is going to Trackhouse next year. Let's see who has an open seat. Let's see. I've seen enough. Take Logano out.
Yeah.
Put put Cletus in the Penske 22.
I mean, listen, Cindric's dad is no longer on like the Penske board.
Right. He got fired after the Indy 500. Did you see? Quick little sidebar because you love that word, so I'm gonna use that word. Quick little sidebar. Did you see that the Joseph Newgarden winning Indy 500 car from last year had the same um modifications to like the rear thing that Penske found to have this past year that IndyCar deemed illegal. So I forget what it was that was made illegal. But anyways, there was something on the rear of the cars for the Penske cars this year, that was illegal.
Mhm.
And then some fans went to the museum at IMS and they found the same modification on Joseph Newgarden's car from last year, which is
That's
very
interesting.
interesting. It is interesting.
That's very interesting.
And then, of course, Newgarden, no, Palou won this year. Never mind. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I thought Newgarden won it again, but he did not. So it makes you wonder, would he have won if NASCAR had, or not NASCAR, if IndyCar had noticed that? Or maybe if it wasn't illegal last year. I can't imagine that it was not illegal. I'd imagine
I
it
mean,
was. I didn't hear anything about a rule change. And IndyCar is, they make their rule books public, which NASCAR should do.
is it not public?
No, it's not public. It's ridiculous. It's the only motorsport and one of the very few sports in like the world as a whole that doesn't have a public rule book. The most we get is the little screenshots that Bob Pockers will post every now and then. It's awful. And I think the issue is that most of the rule book is subjective. It's not like clear defined, this is a penalty, this is not okay, this is illegal. It's like, if we feel like it's not good. If we feel like that was a problem, we'll penalize it. If we feel like it's unsafe, we'll make it illegal.
Yeah.
It's not just you cannot do that. It's not like let's compare um out of bounds in football to out of bounds in NASCAR, right? Guy steps on the white line in football, out of bounds. Plain as day. If he steps on the white line and the grass, still out of bounds. He stepped on the white line. That's all that matters. If he doesn't step on the white line, it's not out of bounds. NASCAR, they're like, it's like half of the car is still on the racing surface. It's
Yeah.
good. There was one point where it was like, if they have at least half of the right side tires, or no, half of the left side tires still on the racing surface, it's not, or some crap like that. It's like,
It's like
what?
when they were going pretty much straight ahead through the Dakota S's and they had all of their tires on the paint.
Yeah. And the craziest thing about that was that from a rules standpoint, it was such a cluster because no one was aware, hey, you can go all the way below the line here and it won't be a penalty until like 30 laps to go.
Which is stupid.
And people started doing it and they weren't getting penalized. And drivers were coming on the radio saying, hey, this guy's going out of bounds here. Is he not getting called a penalty? And then the crew chief's like, yeah, it turns out that's actually not a penalty. And the driver's like, okay, that would have been nice to know 40 laps ago.
Yeah, but I mean,
So, and then the had like, I don't know how it happened. I don't know if NASCAR sent like a text message out to everybody, but it was like a mass, like almost a public address announcement to all the teams of like, all right, this is not out of bounds, and it's not out of bounds until you get to this corner. And then when there is this thing in this corner, it is now out of bounds to do this that is previously
right.
not. It was a big mess, and I was
Yeah.
like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? What's going on?
See, that's what I could respect about Formula One. There's,
Yes,
I think, a little stuff, a little bit to respect about it. I
they
like
have
Formula
clear
One.
defined
They have
what is out of
track limits.
bounds. Yes.
Exactly. I don't agree with those track limits, but they're defined.
No, yeah, I don't
Do
either, but
like
I
their track
agree.
limit should be like half if you're outside, no, inside tire. No. On corner exit, if like the inside tires touch the
Hmm.
line, then that should be like they should be able to put
Yeah,
their right sides over the line. But
I think if you're gonna, my opinion here, for motorsports, I don't know why my thing keeps going blue to red to it's weird. Anyways,
it's
if
okay. It's a
for
political
track
message.
limits, what I would do, paint a white line on the inside and the outside of the racing surface everywhere, right? If you go over that, As in, if you cross over the white line and we can see the white line come back on the other side of your car, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
If you cover the white line completely, you're good. If the white line becomes uncovered because you went too far, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
Like, again, for football, if they can see green between your shoe and the white line, you're good.
Yeah.
If they cannot see green, it will be assumed that you touched the white line, which is out of bounds. Which,
Yeah.
you know, for motorsport, don't say you can't touch the white line because that'd be awful. Um, but I like the idea of not going completely over it. You can go on it, you can touch it, you can make love to it, but you can't let it come out from underneath you.
Right.
Unless it's you're coming back. If
It's
you're
a
coming
bad
back, you're good.
it's a bad look for the sport when there's cars like
Making love to the white line.
straddling the curb and you could see the entirety of the track on their outside.
Right.
It's embarrassing.
So like the Coda S's, I hated it.
I
I really
just
did because I'm
It's
like,
disgusting.
they're
Disgusting.
not on what is technically considered the racing surface. They're on the runoff. They are driving completely on the runoff. They weren't even straddling the curb. They were completely to the inside of the curb. It was like, what?
Yeah. On the inside of a corner, there should be defined track limits. On the outside of a corner, there should be grass to stop a car from going far enough. But
I
whatever there
think,
is on the outside, go for it. Sorry.
I think,
Shit show.
wait,
Yep. Timestamp. Bleep
I
it
think,
out.
if you're at a road course, inside of the corner should have a curb. Inside of the curb should be a white line. That line, if you touch, it bounce.
I think the curb should be good enough to hurt, like, damage the car. Like, go as far as you want inside, just
Yes and no, because sausage curbs are basically that, and sausage curbs are the worst thing in motorsports.
so don't touch them.
Problem is you get forced into them. Look at what the F2 F3 driver that crashed in Monaco, or not Monaco,
Was it Austria?
Monza in Parabolica. Look at the F1 movie. Spoilers, car flips, hits the curb,
Great movie, by the
which
way.
doesn't actually exist in real life. It In the movie, there's a curb on the inside of Parabolica. There are no sausage curbs on the inside of Parabolica. But anyway, um, it's dangerous. It can do more than hurt the car, which is not good. It can hurt the driver. But
A cup
I
car isn't
think,
going to go flying in the air, though, off of
huh?
a sausage curb.
Yeah, it is.
It's going
It's
on a road course.
Yeah.
What corner would they take fast enough to flip?
You're talking about like a stock car?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like any car.
Oh, well, we're talking about NASCAR.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm thinking of a
A Formula One
uniform,
car, absolutely, or an Indy car is absolutely going to go flying into the seventh row of the grandstands.
which is why they're dangerous because like COTA is a multi-use
But
facility.
but IndyCar, not IndyCar. Actually, I don't know the track limit rules on IndyCar, but Formula One already has their track limit rules laid out. I'm
Right,
talking
but
about
here's my
NASCAR.
here's my thing is that like we're using Formula One and NASCAR both go to COTA, right?
Yes.
Um, so that track is used by multiple series. They're not
Mhm.
gonna put sausage curbs out for Formula One or for NASCAR and then take them out for IndyCar
They
or
should.
for Formula One, whatever they're gonna do. It's too much of a hassle. I wouldn't do that. I would just not have the curbs there at all.
Once a year.
Why? Because they're dangerous.
They have people that pay for facility management. They do it once a year.
Who?
The facilities people. I'm sure they have a staff.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I'm a track owner, if I'm the owner of Coda, I don't want to go through the hassle of hiring people to take out and put back in sausage curbs. I'd rather just not have them at all.
NASCAR pay for it.
NASCAR won't pay for it.
NASCAR would pay for it if they said,
I
"Hey, you need this."
don't think they would.
If they're
Can we get
forcing the
a
track
can
to
we get
make
a
an
billing
adjustment,
statement on who paid the bill for Daytona to pave the infield?
yeah,
I
I
mean
got it.
for the bus stop. You remember when they paved the bus stop because it was bringing up dirt?
Yeah. Well, it was because of Priest's flip.
No,
Because
no, no.
he
The when they were running the road course,
they paved it.
they like paved like a 3 foot section on the inside of the curbs and extended the
Oh,
curbs
oh.
because the cars were going so far, which goes again into track limits. The cars were going so far inside of the curb that they were kicking up dirt onto the racing surface, and it was making it very treacherous, very slidey, very slippery, which
Mhm,
isn't good for cars on treadless tires.
mhm.
So they went in. I think they stopped the race and they went in and they paved. They laid in concrete um on like the insides of these corners in the bus stop.
See, I'm a big golf guy, right?
Right.
The
Pave the
there
course.
there's one rule in golf that I never follow called play it as it lies.
Right.
I agree with that rule, even though I break it every single time. If my lies right behind a tree, I give it a little kick. Most times. I'm like a 30 handicap, don't judge. Um,
I'm gonna play golf, dude.
so
I'd be a
if
50
cars are
handicap.
kicking up grass and then the track gets slippery and someone spins out, then boom, caution, you sweep the track. But yeah.
Well, I think it also got to the point where they were picking up so much that it was taking dirt out of where the dirt was, and so there
Mhm.
was created a big hole on the inside of the curb, which would then damage the cars.
Yeah.
And NASCAR, which rightfully so, does not like the track causing damage to the cars. Look at Indianapolis road course when the curb came up. Big
Mhm.
fiasco. I mean, it's not like NASCAR was like, okay, we're going to pay for your cars to get fixed. They were just like, okay, that sucked. Let's fix this so this doesn't happen further.
Right.
You know, like track should not be responsible for the damage of a car based on oversight. If it's an accident or like a fluke, like the pavement coming up at Dover or the pavement coming up at Martinsville,
Mhm.
that's one thing. If
But if
it's
it's a drain cover at the Formula One Las Vegas
the
Grand Prix,
drain cover at Las Vegas, if it's a curb at Indianapolis, if it's the lack of a curb at Daytona, that's oversight. And that's
yeah.
either oversight on the track for designing something poorly, or it's oversight on the series for not enforcing the correct rules, right? Daytona Road Course, so they had better track limits. NASCAR should have better track limits. I am fully with the crowd of if it's paved, let them drive on it.
Mhm.
Yes. If it's not, don't. So if it's not paved and you drive on it, penalty. At least on a road course. Now, on an oval, whatever, because that's going to screw you up anyway. The penalty is you drove there and now you have to deal with that on your tires.
Right.
On a road course, you're cutting the corner. Now, if you run, this is on the inside of a corner, right? If you're on the outside of a corner and you're in the dirt at like mid Ohio because you got shoved or you don't know how to take a corner
Mhm.
or hit the not skinny pedal, you know, your penalty is now you're in the grass because you
Exactly.
suck at driving, and now you're 30 spots
Yeah.
back.
And I was gonna bring that up with like Formula One again, because like we keep saying, they have the most defined track limits.
Mhm.
If you take a corner too quick and your exit goes into the gravel, they're not going to give you a penalty for that.
Right.
Well, because
However,
the track limit is gaining time due to using
Mhm.
the outside of the track or whatever it is,
Right,
gaining an
because
advantage.
you
The
can you
gravel
can
messes up your car, damages the floor, messes up your tires. You're done. You have to go pit, or you have to DNF because the bottom of your car is all chewed up.
you can hit the grass on the exit of a corner and make up time, which
Right,
that is the penalty.
right. But if you use too much of the grass, then you're gonna spin out,
Right. Yes.
and they
So
wouldn't
it's
give you a
like,
penalty for that.
yeah. So the easiest way to avoid that is pave what you would allow as or like pave like the optimal line on the exit of a corner,
Mhm.
right? Now, now if a driver touches the grass, they are no longer on the optimal line and it doesn't matter,
Mhm.
right? But if a driver touches the grass because they are taking a faster line than the one within the track limits, you penalize that driver because of time laws. But if you
Yeah,
pave that section they drove on and then say if it's paved, let them use it, you're good.
yeah,
That would be my philosophy if I were like a track or motorsports series owner, which I am neither.
yeah.
Probably for the best.
I'm not either.
But let's get into this episode running a little long. Let's get into picks
Predictions.
for New Hampshire and then we'll go into fantasy and call it a day.
Yeah.
Let's start
Um,
with you first.
let me pull up a picture. Um, I feel like for good and bad weekend. Well, for good, I don't know. Never mind. I think race winner. I think
Picking with the
I kind
bees.
of want to say Bell goes back to back.
Hmm.
Unless I have another B I could use because I used Byron, I used Bell, and I used Blaney.
You haven't used Briscoe.
Should I do it for
If you
the just for
if you want to include Bubba, even though it's a first name,
you know what? I'm gonna say Briscoe just because
just to entertain it,
just to yeah.
because you had him eliminated round one and he went and won the first race.
Yep. My pen is
So
running
now
out of ink.
that's his payback for you.
Yeah, I guess so.
All
Who's
right.
your winner pick?
My winner pick here in New Hampshire. Let me look at the betting odds again. Bell has the highest odds, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 350.
Yeah, but that'd be boring picking the guy with the best odds, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, but the best odds is, they have the best odds for a reason. Like Noah Gregson's not going to win this race, most likely. That's
I
why he's
think
plus
SVP is gonna win
13.
the Roval.
That's why Noah Gregson's plus 13,000 to win. To win.
Put a couple $100 on that. You get a couple thousand back.
Put a tenner
And that's
on
economics.
Gregson and then put like a grand on Bell.
That'd be funny.
Um, oh God, you know what? I almost forgot that he was retired and almost said give me Kevin Harvick.
That's funny.
Just not thinking at all.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's not our
Uh
strong suit, honestly.
clearly that's why I have like -2 points on whatever just happened a little bit ago. Um,
Should I do, but like tomorrow, should I finish this standings?
I mean,
Like the point, I never like tallied up our point totals.
oh, from Bristol.
One, I have 2 and 3/4. I have 7 and 3/4 points. You have
Like
you had
six and a
zero the
half.
first week. One, you have 2 and 3/4.
2 and 3/4, baby. Two, three,
No,
four.
2 and 1/4.
Oh, 2 and 1/4. Dang it.
So I said seven and
Two and
three
three quarters
quarter,
is 275. Tell me.
2 and 1/4. So you have a lot of work you gotta do to make it up.
Yeah, well, next week we're gonna have our points are gonna be like 5 and 10 or some crap.
That's for me to figure out.
Uh, you know what? Who did I pick last week to win?
Larson,
I don't know what sound that was I just made. Give me
you want to pick Bell? I know it.
no, I don't. I wanna give me the guy that everybody hates. The second
Chase
coming
Young,
of Dale Earnhardt in the number 3 Black Goodrich Chevrolet. Give me Denny Hamlin to win.
disrespectful.
Uh, yeah, that's my
11
pick.
versus the world. No, you're just a jerk.
Yeah.
Shut up. Like he wants
Uh,
to be like an underdog so bad. And I guess
yeah, he's
technically he's
not.
an underdog, but like,
Well, he's only an underdog because he hasn't yet won a championship.
yeah.
Also, speaking of, I think I saw a rumor that he uh, or it was like a "don't be surprised if" kind of thing. But I think it was about like if Hamlin announces his retirement after next year or for after next year.
See, the thing with Hamlin is that one, he wants to be like the best driver in the field and he wants to act like it, but then he also wants to be an underdog. You can't do both.
Right, you
You
cannot.
you can't have 50 wins and you also can't be slept on.
Yeah,
Like no one's underestimating you. They're using statistics and the fact that you've been doing this for 23 years and you have not won a championship. It's the
right.
fact that you have 50 wins, which other drivers with 50 wins have three championships.
Other drivers with less than 50 wins have three championships.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like pick one.
yeah.
Be be Denny Hamlin with 50 wins and be the best driver in the field, or be an underdog that the whole world is against. Don't be both. You can't be both.
Right.
You got to pick one.
That makes me think of Georgia, Tennessee this past weekend.
Like
Again, go dogs.
he
But
wants to have like every single anime character arc in one.
yeah,
Like you can't.
Georgia is undeniably one of the best college football programs in the country right now.
Right. Yeah.
Um, they were plus 7.5 to win,
Hmm.
or I guess they were favored by 7.5, so they were minus 7.5.
Hmm.
Um, and then like 3 days before the game, they changed it to Georgia was only favored by 3.5. Right. So it's like
For the
everybody's talking
spread.
about like, yeah, they're underestimating us, and keep doubting. That only makes us better. Blah 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 blah, which is fine. Yes, I agree with that. Go dogs, whatever. Thing is, we're still favored to win. Like, doesn't matter if we're favored by one or favored by 20. We're still
Right.
statistically favored to win.
Yeah.
Like, as much as people want to doubt the program and like Gunnar Stockton and whatever, we were still the favorites going in, and we did still win the game.
Yeah.
And it was not. It's not like, I mean, we played Tennessee and we're Georgia. It's not like we're App State playing not Alabama, and that's an underdog.
Right.
But I digress. Who you got for good weekend?
I want to pick someone below the cut line.
Okay, go for it.
Chastain.
Okay, not gonna lie, I feel like there's low hanging fruit below the cut line. I'm surprised you didn't go for it.
Well, obviously Logano. No, I think out of those four, I think Chastain's gonna have the best weekend.
Okay, I'm gonna take the low hanging fruit then because I think Reddick's gonna have a good weekend. I
I'm
think,
sorry, not ink.
huh?
My pen is running out of ink.
Uh-oh,
We got to make this quick. Bad weekend. I'm picking
bad
someone in the
weekend.
top five in points.
Oh God, who
Kyle
you got?
Larson. Bad weekend.
Oh no, you know what? I'm just gonna go with what we talked about. I'm gonna go William Byron bad weekend.
Dark horse. This is when I just go to
Yeah, this is you don't have to go through the
the playoffs.
right.
It makes it more interesting if you pick playoff points for the first two or the good bad weekend. I don't want to look at the playoff points. I want to look at the driver standings.
I have a question
Dark
real quick.
horse. Go for it, man.
If you remember, which team did Josh Berry drive for last year, or was he in Xfinity?
He was in
No,
the
he would
four.
have had. He was in the four.
Yeah, he drove for Storehouse.
Okay, great.
Keselowski, dark. Well, is Keselowski even a dark horse? He's 20th in points.
I looked at his odds a second ago. He's plus 2,800 to win. I'd call that a dark horse.
Yeah.
He's got 3, 6, 9, 11. He's got the 11th highest average finish out of. I don't even call that active drivers. Because Truex is second. Truex hasn't raced since the 500.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go dark horse. Um. Oh man, this is terrible. This is awful. Because like I don't. I wish you could see what I'm looking at. You know what? You know what? Flip a coin. Telling Siri to flip a coin. It's tails. Give me Josh Hunter, John Hunter Nemechek.
That was the first name I wrote with my pen not running out of ink. I didn't have to like so
It's a sign.
that's a
It's not
sign.
a sign. But it's a sign. It's not a sign.
It's a sign. It's a sign.
All right. Um, fantasy.
Fantasy. I
Fantasy.
mean, I'll be honest, I'm gonna pick my winner, good pick and dark horse. I'm gonna pick Briscoe in the 19. Oh my goodness, my pen. Chastain
Oh,
in the 1, Keselowski in the 6. I think I'm gonna go with Denny. I don't think I used him last week.
yeah.
I did use him last week.
Mm,
Wait, I didn't put Bell in my fantasy, did I? Oh, actually, I'm looking at my notes. My notes were different than my fantasy lineup.
right.
So I'm gonna look at who I have and what uses I have. But also, this isn't necessary. I feel like this isn't for our fantasy, it's for their fantasy, which we don't know how many uses they have. But I'm gonna go
Well,
based on what I'm doing.
I think we should assume that they have all five uses for all five drivers, or for yeah, for everyone.
I didn't have Belling, so I think I'm still good to the 19. I'm still good to the 1. If I then I might go Hamlin and Bell. That's my 5. Then I'll put like I always talk about. If you have like a sleep, not a sleeper, but like a risky pick, like someone like a Briscoe or a Keselowski, you put someone good in the garage. You put a Larson, a Byron in the
Mhm.
garage, so that worst comes to worst, you put them in. But also, like I said, if it's less than 10 points that you'll gain by putting Larson or Byron out of your garage into your lineup, don't do it. And I don't know everyone I talk to about NASCAR fantasy, they just look at, oh well, he has more points, I'm going to put him in. No, you don't. I won't. I cannot stress this enough. 10 extra points are not worth using a use on Byron or Bell or someone in the top 5 who will consistently run well.
Right.
And this is a pro tip from someone who's 130 points back from their girlfriend who has not watched NASCAR for more than 2 years. But with that, I'm putting Byron in the garage. But also, this is all dependent on qualifying.
So who are your starters?
Briscoe,
Mm-hmm.
Chastain,
Mm-hmm.
Keselowski,
Mm-hmm.
Hamlin, Bell.
Okay. We go for the
Byron in the
matchups.
garage.
We got Bell versus Larson for the first matchup.
Bell versus Larson, Bell.
Elliott versus Briscoe.
Briscoe.
Bubba versus Blaney,
Blaney all day.
and Logano versus Chastain.
Even though I have Chastain in my lineup and I don't have Logano, I'm going to go Logano on that one.
Um, Before I give you mine, I'm scrolling around right here. Hot pick, Christopher Bell. He's won two of the last three races at New Hampshire, won all four Xfinity Series starts at New Hampshire. He won at New Hampshire in the trucks in 2017 and finished second in his only other race there in 2016.
Interesting.
Another hot pick, Denny Hamlin. He's got three wins and six runner-up finishes at New Hampshire. He finished top two in nearly a third of his New Hampshire starts. He finished top 15 in 12 of the last 13 New Hampshire races, top five in, 10, in five of the last six. Excuse me, 10 and five of the last six.
Mhm.
Avoid Alex Bowman. His best cup finish at New Hampshire in 13 starts is ninth in 2021, and that's his only top 10.
Plus, also his momentum. He has none.
Yeah.
He just got eliminated from the playoffs in what quite possibly might be the best.
He's scored stage points twice at New Hampshire in 14 opportunities, and he's never led a single lap at the track. Um,
Interesting.
I like this one because it goes well with what I picked a minute ago. Void William Byron. He's never finished top 10 at New Hampshire in seven starts. He's
Which
only
is
led
weird
nine laps.
because in NASCAR Heat 2, do you want to hear the craziest ball knowledge?
Go for it.
Do you know what I'm about to say? In
I
NASCAR Heat
don't.
2, when you complete the William Byron New Hampshire fifth to first challenge, he gives you how the tips on how to run the track.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
That, that is, I'm not sure if that's crazier than the fact that you know that, but that is crazy.
Don't ask me for any other one. I I think. Danica Patrick has one at Kentucky.
because she knows how to. Never mind.
She didn't have to
Byron's
get
never
there.
finished top 10 in New Hampshire in 7 starts. He's only led 9 laps. And then and new. I cannot speak today. I don't know if you
You
guys
gotta
know this.
play.
I just learned English yesterday. New Hampshire's is only active track without a top 10 finish.
That's interesting.
And here's your sleeper, Chase Briscoe. He's finished 15 in all three next gen races at New Hampshire, including runner-up last year.
Wow.
And JGR has won the last three New Hampshire races. You ready
And
for
he's
my
been
fantasy
arguably the
lineup?
best. Sure.
I've got Larson,
Wow.
Hamlin,
Okay.
Reddick,
Yep.
Chastain,
Hmm.
Josh Berry,
Wow.
and Logano in the garage.
Wow. Good pick.
My matchups: Bell versus Larson, Christopher Bell. Elliott versus Briscoe, Chase Briscoe.
I think Chase is
Bubba,
gonna win that one.
yeah. Bubba versus Blaney. That's like you said, Blaney all day. And Logano versus Chastain. Chastain.
Wow. Do the odds affect how many points you get?
No, the matchups are simply
Yes or no?
it's just it's 10 points if you win the matchup, and it's
Got
no
it.
points if you don't.
Well,
The odds just show you who's favored
yeah.
to do whatever, which is it's weird to me because in odds in football, like one team is minus 110, the other team is plus 110, or one's minus one plus, regardless, whatever the number
Right.
may be. Uh, Elliott Briscoe odds. Elliott minus 105, Briscoe minus 130. Not sure how that works. Not sure who gets you more money. I mean, I think Briscoe does. Actually, I don't even know. I think Elliott might because it's less of a minus number.
Hmm.
But I don't know. You want to know my reasoning for Josh Berry?
What is your reasoning for Josh Berry?
He has run exactly one race at New Hampshire. That was last year, and it was in the SHR number 4. You know where he finished?
P4.
P3
Wow. Pretty good.
in an SHR car. Granted, I
It,
know,
it's a 2024 SHR car at that.
yeah, I know Wood Brothers is not SHR. They never have been. Well,
I wouldn't
they were
say that
before
they're
Subaru.
not really on par with each other in terms of performances this and last season.
I think Wood Brothers is at least one step below SHR in terms of like
A little bit.
average performance
It's a small step. It's
running.
a little baby step.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I mean,
I
between SHR
SHR was
last
terrible last year.
SHR last year and Wood Brothers this year, it's small step, but I would still say it's a step
Did SHR
nonetheless.
win a race last year?
Yeah. Briscoe Darlington. No, that was not last year. Wait a minute. Was it last year? Hang on.
Hold on.
Give me my spreadsheet. I have so many tabs open. Good Lord. That's the wrong spreadsheet. Jeez. 24. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's the truck series.
Close.
I'm so disorganized today. Good Lord. All right. Uh, the first Ford was Blaney, by the way, which is kind of crazy. To win a race.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, Briscoe did win.
You won Darlington?
He won Darlington. Yeah, I thought that was not
Well,
last year, but that was last year.
where I was going with that, same amount of wins.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't hate it.
yeah. I
I
I
wouldn't, going based solely
cashes
off of
in.
that, I understand it. But if you look at Josh Berry's last few races, I wouldn't.
No, yeah, 100%.
So
And
I wouldn't
like
pick it,
if
but I hope he does well.
now I know in fantasy it doesn't matter how much, it doesn't matter what his odds are. You're still going to get points based on where he finishes, not how
Yeah.
well he does compared to how well he should have done according to the odds.
Uh-huh. That's why you have uses on
That
drivers.
said, if I were to put money on Josh Berry, and who knows, I might just for kicks and giggles. Um,
Kid show.
if that hits, like, dude, I'm going to Disney World with like How much I'd probably give back. Because what are his odds? Actually, I'm curious now. Um, Josh Berry's odds to win the race, which I know he's not going to win. He's plus 4,000. So it's not like the greatest thing. If I get $10, I'd get 400,
Yeah.
which
The odds are what you would get in return for a $100 bet.
for $100 bet. So if
Yeah.
I got $100, if I bet $100, I'd get what, 4,000?
4,000. He's plus 4,000. Yeah. That's why if people are
I
minus
put
like
money on that.
if someone's minus 100, that's how much if it gets into the minus, that's how much you have to put down to win $100. Does
Right.
that make sense?
Yeah.
That's why the minus better odds.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I think that's a good place to end it off with the predictions like we
That
usually
is
do.
a bit of a longer episode.
That's fine.
Granted, it was not that much longer than the first episode,
That's fine. We're
which
just
I
having
thought the
fun out
first
here.
episode was a good length. So about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Um, for those of you that stuck it out to the end, congratulations. You are part of the small minority of people nowadays that have a attention span longer than 30 seconds.
They say
So
this
for
as
that,
they're like playing video games or something while listening,
yeah,
which I
for
do
that
too.
we applaud you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
If
Follow
I
us TikTok.
knew, follow us on TikTok. We have a TikTok now.
TikTok is blowing up right now.
If you follow us on TikTok, I
50
will
likes.
personally come to your house and give you a cookie. That's a lie. Um,
Not for me.
Scott will personally come to your house and deliver a nice. What flavor cookie you thinking, Scott? Chocolate chip, classic. Maybe oatmeal raisin.
Probably like an Oreo, something I could buy in bulk.
Okay, all right. Scott will personally come to your house and deliver probably an Oreo. If you're lucky, you might even get a forehead kiss while you're at it.
I am a man who
Big,
believes in
big
Jesus.
stakes
I am
here
not going to kiss people.
on the forehead. Forehead. It's a forehead kiss.
Okay.
All right. All right. You know what? You
Have
know
you
what?
tried the Post Malone Oreos?
No, I haven't. I didn't know
They're
I
pretty
had.
good.
Have you tried the Reese's Oreos? I've been meaning to
No.
try those.
All right. That was the Bumper Nerds podcast.
Scott will
Goodbye.
give you a gold star. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and now TikTok. Subscribe on
Everything in.
YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hi, I'm waving at you. Can you see that? Um,
Oh,
but
you aren't
also
waving, by the way.
bye. It's been a great episode. We thank you so much for listening. Thank you, YouTube guys, for watching, and we'll see you all next week. Bye bye.